The waves whispered his name long before the world forgot it. Elias Morrow, a marine biologist, turned recluse, lived on a small island, surrounded by the same ocean that was dying before his eyes. Once he had worked for the largest environmental corporation on Earth. Now, he lived alone, haunted by guilt, chasing redemption through one final mission: to save the last living coral reef. Every morning Elias woke to the song of gulls and the scent of salt. The horizon, once vibrant and blue, had turned into a dull shade of gray, a reflection of what humanity had done. Plastic islands floated in the distance like graveyards of modern progress. But Elias hadn't given up. He believed one man, one honest heart, could still turn the tide. Years ago, he had designed a microorganism, Aquacellum, that could eat plastic waste and restore oxygen in the water. But the project was buried by corporate greed. Labeled too expensive, too risky, when they silenced him, he walked away, carrying only his notes and a shattered heart. Now on this forgotten island, he was building it again. His days blended into nights, solar lamps, flickering over lab jars, and microscopes, the hum of the ocean mixing with the crackle of his old radio. Sometimes he talked to the sea as if it could hear him. "You're still alive," he would whisper, "and I'll keep you breathing." Then one stormy night the radio buzzed, a signal, weak, distorted. A voice called out, "This is Station A47, anyone out there? The mainland is sinking. Repeat, we've lost half the coast." Static swallowed the rest. Elias froze. The world outside was collapsing faster than he'd thought. He rushed outside as lightning split the horizon. Waves roared higher than houses, swallowing pieces of the shore. His island trembled, but Elias didn't run. Instead, he grabbed his samples, sealed them in a waterproof case, and ran toward the dock. His small boat swayed violently, tethered by a single rope. "Come on," he muttered, breath trembling. "Not now, not when it matters." The sea thundered back, but he launched anyway, pushing through the storm, through fear, through everything that had ever told him to give up. His hands bled from the ropes, his clothes soaked in icy rain. For hours he fought against the tide, guiding his boat toward the mainland research hub, now a half-submerged ruin. When he reached the edge, the world was unrecognizable. The city's lights flickered beneath the waves, skyscrapers bending under pressure. But there was still time to seed the ocean with his creation. He opened the case, took one last look at his life's work, and whispered, "For every child who never saw the sea blue." Then he released the aquacells into the water. The particles spread like stars under the dark waves, glowing, multiplying, feeding on the plastic, releasing bubbles of clean oxygen. For a moment, the ocean shimmered with light, like it was breathing again. Elias smiled faintly as the storm carried him away. His strength was gone, but his mission complete. He closed his eyes and listened, to the soft hum of rebirth, to the ocean's first sigh of relief. Days later, satellites captured something impossible. A vast bloom of blue spreading across the ocean, where once only gray had lived. Scientists called it a miracle, but those who knew whispered a different story, about the last man who saved the sea, not with money or power, but with faith. And though his island was gone, the waves still whispered his name, Elias, the man who refused to let the ocean die.